Hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Tina, and today we are going to go through a keep it simple, sweetie flow. A lot of times when people start their yoga practice, I notice that their body awareness is not really there yet, and that's really why we continue to practice. It's to bring us back to awareness of our own bodies. So today I am going to start off with coming into a standing pose. If anybody can either give me a heart or something in the chat to let me know that you can hear me okay. My little screen isn't showing me anything, so I'm hoping that I'm showing up. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Today I would like us to start standing because we're not having as long of a practice as usual. So we're starting with grounding down into our feet today, really feeling our feet on the surface that we're standing on. So I like to say we are balancing on the four corners of our feet, which is the balls of the feet on each side of the front corner, and then the back of your heel on the back corners. And you can lift your toes and really feel what that feels like. And then really grounding down into your feet here. Your excuse me, your ankles are right below your knees, and your knees are right below your hips. Your shoulders right above your hips. Roll your shoulders back and really open up your palms here, and find your standing pose. Trying to find this a peaceful and powerful pose. And you can either close your eyes here or come to a gentle gaze ahead of you or gaze at your cheeks. And start to become aware of your breath, taking your inhales and exhales in and out of your nose. Starting to even up the breath. As you inhale, filling up your belly, ribs, chest with air, and as you exhale, releasing that air from your belly, ribs, and chest. Continuing that breath, taking a scan of your body from the crown of your head all the way down, and really feeling the support of your feet holding you up. Getting ready for your flow. So I offer as an intention today to really pay attention to where your feet are landing, as that will help you know which direction you are heading. And as you're ready, you can either flutter your eyes open or keep them closed on your next inhale. Reach your fingertips up high, and then bring your palms together. Lower your hands, heart center. And again, inhale, reaching out to the side, reaching up, keeping your shoulders away from your ears, keeping grounded in with your feet. Lower your hands, heart center. And again, inhale, reaching your fingertips up high, palms together. Exhale, hands, heart center. Take a breath here. And on your next inhale, sweep your fingertips back up. And as you exhale, take your right hand around your left wrist and gently Take yourself over to the side. How do your feet feel as you're leaning over? Can you keep the balance on the four corners of each foot as you tip to the side? And as you inhale, reaching back up, exhale, tipping over to the left, reaching that left hand around your right wrist. And inhale, reaching up again. This time as an exhale, twist to the right, maybe just from your hip area, just turn gently over to the right. And then open your arms, twisting over to the left. And then go ahead and twist center, reach your fingertips up. I'm going to go to the front of my mat. As you exhale, forward fold here, bend your knees, look at your feet down below you, and then look behind you. So your feet are down on the ground. Maybe your hands don't go all the way down there, so you place your cat or your blocks right in front of you. Oh, there goes my hair thing. Something for the cat to play with. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. And exhale, hands, heart, center. Now again, looking down at your feet, if you're pointing toward the short end of your mat, look to the sides of your mat, making sure you can have your feet are parallel to the sides of the mat here. Your knees and toes are pointing forward. They're pointing in the same direction. And your feet are hip bone length apart. So feel where your bones are here and look down, and that should be one straight line. Another way you can do that is to take your fist and place it in between your feet. And that gives you a better idea of the hip distance apart. And so when we're moving along with our feet today, this is a good distance to have as you step back into a lunge, and even a little bit wider sometimes to keep your balance when your toes are pointed forward. So let's go ahead and get started with our warm-up before we start our full sun salutations. So inhale, reach your fingertips up. Exhale, bend your knees and lower down into a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands and step back into a quick plank, warming up your core here. Yep, you might have to stay up higher if your dog or cat is going underneath you. And then lower your knees and bring yourself into a tabletop position. Hands right below your shoulders. Fingertips are spread wide. The tops of your feet are down on the ground now. Maybe tap them out. You can feel them. Your knees are right below your hips. And on your inhale, filling up your belly with air, let your belly reach down toward the ground. Roll your shoulders back. Take your gaze up. Take your seat up. And then as you exhale, round your spine, pressing into the earth, allowing your gaze to go back. Inhale, filling up your belly. Belly goes down, coming into your cow pose. Exhale, round your spine, really separate your shoulder blades. Your gaze goes back towards your feet. And inhale, belly down, seat up, gaze comes up. Continue that movement with your own breath, starting to wake up your spine and allowing yourself to feel that movement. As you're ready here, take your right toes to the back of your mat, curl your toes under, and shift forward and back. So from here you can start to notice your feet even here. Does this rolling back and forth feel good on your feet? Can you stretch out your toes as you're curling them under the bottom of your foot? And then come to stillness, keeping your hips squared toward the mat, really pressing into that right hand, maybe bringing your left hand forward, and then reach up, pointing that back foot down. So your toes are pointed down, your heel is reaching to the back of your mat. Your arm is reaching forward. Can you feel the strength even in your foot as you're flexing it to keep your leg nice and straight? And then as you exhale, bring your hand down, bring your knee down. Reestablish your table, and then bring your left toes to the back of your mat, curl your toes under, shift forward and back. Again, feeling how that feels on your feet. Maybe you don't do this movement very often. And then as you're ready, come to stillness. Reach your right arm forward, left foot comes back up. Really flexing that foot, pointing those toes down toward the ground. Reaching that heel back, even as you're reaching forward with your fingers. Your thumb is pointing up toward the sky. Thank you, cat. And release back down. Beautiful. Take a few circles around here, circling around your wrists and hips. Warming your wrists up, warming your hips up. And on your next inhale, reach your right arm up, reaching up toward the sky, opening your chest toward the right side, maybe gazing up. And then as you exhale, we're going to thread the needle on the other side, lowering yourself down, but not coming all the way down. We're coming into a flow here. So as you get down, press into your left hand and reach your right arm back up and open. And then exhale, twisting down, lowering down, but then pressing yourself back up. And one more time with this flow, flowing underneath your opposite armpit, and then pressing into your left hand, opening up with your right, and your hand goes back down. Go ahead to go to the other side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle, lower down, bending your right elbow. Head comes down, then press, open, opening to the back, and then threading the other side. And one more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, open, and exhale, hand back down. Coming into our first downward facing dog here. Curl your toes under and notice how your toes are attached to the mat. Just how does that feel? And then as you exhale, raise your hips up, press your chest back toward your thighs. Looking back at your toes now, your toes and knees are still pointing in the same direction, forward. Your feet are still hip distance apart. And your feet, the sides of your feet are still parallel with the sides of the mat. You can bend your knees here so you can raise your seat a little bit higher. Finding your downward dog. Maybe walking the dog here by bending one knee, lowering the opposite heel down toward the earth, and shifting to the other side. Noticing the attachment of your feet onto the mat. How do your feet do as you're doing this? How do they feel as you're doing this pose? A lot of times we're mostly focusing on how high our hips can go, or only how far our heels can go down to the ground when both legs are straightened. They never have to be all the way straight, and definitely never hyperextended. So as you come to stillness here, allow those heels to go as close to the ground as feels good for you, wherever gravity takes them. And then on your next inhale, look to the front of your mat, and as you exhale, tiptoe your feet toward your hands. Your seat's coming up, your feet are coming up and down. As you get closer to the front of your mat, maybe your heels of your hands come up. And forward fold, bending your knees here. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing, reaching your fingertips up high. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Take a look at your feet again. Maybe rock forward and back the length of your foot and then place your foot down. You can work on spreading your toes as they're just kind of like a little, they're just like a little extra for you because you're really wanting to press into those four corners of your feet and really feel that as you stand in your mountain, rolling your shoulders back, building this pose from the ground up. And on your next inhale, sweep your fingertips up. Exhale, tipping from your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, bring your feet to the back of the mat and find your plank. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward, maybe coming up onto your tippy toes. And then as you exhale down, you can lower your knees first, or you can keep your knees raised, whichever is in your practice. If you lower your knees, lower the tops of your feet too, and then bend your elbows back towards your heels. As your hips hit the ground, roll your shoulders back and press into your back bend. It could be a cobra, baby cobra, or your elbows could be down and underneath your shoulders and you're in Sphinx. Whatever works for you. Wherever you are, curl your toes again behind you. Maybe come up to your knees to help you bring your seat back up. There's a cat here, that's why I'm laughing if you're not watching your screen. On your next inhale, look up to the front of your mat. And then as you exhale, tiptoe your feet toward your hands, forward fold. Checking that your toes are still pointed forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way to standing. Exhale, hands, heart, center. And again, inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, feet go to the back of your mat. And then as you inhale, shift your shoulders forward, coming onto your toes, and then lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, coming into a back bend. Exhale, curl your toes again, raise your seat, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, and exhale as you step your feet toward your hand, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing, reaching your fingertips up high, and exhale, hands, heart, center. Inhale, reaching up high. This time, exhale, bend your knees and bring your seat back behind you, finding your chair. Looking down at your feet, making sure you can see your toes and that they are forward of your knees, so your seat is reaching back. Still trying to keep that weight on the four corners of your feet. Maybe reach your toes up toward the sky to really feel that support in your feet. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And this time, bring your right foot to the back of the mat, coming into a runner's lunge. Taking a look at your feet here. The front foot is still pointed forward. Your front knee is bent. Your back leg is straight and strong here. Back heel is up. You're on your toes. So you're supporting yourself with the toes and the balls of your feet, the back foot. Now on your inhale, you're going to raise your shoulders over your hips. So if your balance gets challenged as you move up, or you think it might be, you can move this back foot over. So having more east and west with your feet can sometimes help you keep that stability. But on your next inhale, sweep your fingertips up as your hips come over your shoulders come over your hips. And breathe. So thinking about your front foot here, looking at your knee, making sure that that knee is not falling in toward the big toe side. You want it tracking over toward the pinky toe side. Still reaching forward, but falling over toward the pinky toe rather than down the center. Your back leg is straight and strong. Your heel is back up for crescent. And then as you exhale, you can rotate that back heel down and then lower your wings, lower your arms, looking over your front fingertips. So from here, to keep a better balance, you may want to have that front heel bisect the middle of the back foot. That may help you keep your balance on this. And then on that back foot that is turned, pointed to the long end of your mat, you want to have the entire foot on the ground there. So really think about maybe you're coming up on that pinky side of that back foot. You want the entire foot to bear the weight so that both of your feet are taking this pose. And now as you inhale, shift your body forward, flip that front palm and tip back, coming into reverse warrior. Noticing how your feet feel same or different as you're shifting into this pose. And then inhale, warrior two. Take a breath. And on your next exhale, shift forward, lower your left arm onto your left thigh, right arm next to your right ear, side angle. Notice the difference with the weight shifting around your feet here. And then go ahead and inhale, reaching back up, warrior two. On your next inhale, rotate your back heel up, fingertips come up, back heel goes back up toward the sky. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down, bring that back foot up to meet the front, coming into a forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, bend your knees, seat goes back, look down towards your toes. Inhale, straighten your arms up, chest out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, and from here, bring your left foot to the back of the mat, finding your runner's lunge. Balls of the feet being supported by your toes back behind you, back heel straight up. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, rotate that back heel down, lower your wings, warrior two. Feel all four corners of each foot, holding your balance here. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward, flip your palm, tip back into reverse warrior. Left arm down your leg or at the small of your back. Inhale, sweeping up, warrior two. Exhale, shift shoulders forward, lower your right arm onto your right thigh, left arm next to your left ear, side angle. Notice the weight changing, the distribution changing. Try to find the balance there. Inhale, shoulders over your hips, looking over your front fingertips. Take a breath. And then on your next inhale, rotate that back heel up. Sweep your fingertips up as your chest moves forward. Ooh, coming into crescent. On your next exhale, bring your hands down. Bring your foot to the front, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. And exhale, take your hands heart center. Take a moment to breathe here. Notice any change in your heartbeat or in your breathing. And release. From here, we're going to bring our attention still to our feet as we have been. Going to take your right foot and really plant it into the ground there. Really bring your weight onto that that right foot. Bring your left foot in closer with your left knee pointed forward, and then turn the left knee out to the side. Make a little kickstand with your left foot against the bottom of your right foot there. And this is tree. So find your tree here on the four corners of your right foot and the balls and toes of your left. And hold here. And then if you'd like to experience a different tree, you can see about bringing that foot up, pressing the foot into the side of your right leg, and pressing the leg into the foot. So this can be a balance challenge. Look at something down ahead of you or across the room that isn't moving. Always trying to bring your balance to the four corners of the foot that is standing. And breathe. If you'd like to reach your arms up or out to the side, reaching your branches, whatever feels good for you. I don't think the tongue moving is an official yoga thing. Just helps me. And then as you're ready, point your left knee to the front, lower it down, shake out your standing leg, and let's go over to the left side. So pressing the four corners of your left foot into the ground, bring your right leg in close, and then turn the right knee out to the right. Find your kickstand. And then as you're ready, maybe bringing that foot up to the inside of your leg. Still trying to keep your hips squared to the front of the mat. Your hands can be heart center, or you can grow your branches. Sorry. Taking a few breaths here. And then as you're ready, point your right knee to the front, lower your foot, shake out your legs. Now from here, make your way down onto your mats, coming into a butterfly pose or bound angle with your feet attached in front of you. See if it feels good to open your feet like a book, like you're reading a book, and give yourself a nice little massage. Maybe notice the balls of your feet here, maybe reaching down, maybe going all the way to your heels, maybe even getting the tops of your feet, each toe. How often do we get to really focus on our feet and give them some love? And then as you're ready, maybe crossing one ankle in front of the other. Coming into a sit pose, roll your shoulders down and back. Placing your hands on your lap. Take a nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth. And again, inhale. Exhale, release, let it go. And again, one more time. Inhale, filling up your body with air. Exhale, let it go. As you're ready, reach your arms up toward the sky, bringing your palms together. Lower your hands, heart center, bowing toward your fingertips. It was truly an honor to guide you through this yoga practice today. I hope you have a peaceful and powerful week. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. If you are so moved to have more of these 30-minute practices, please let me know. If you would rather have longer ones, I would love to know in the chat what kind of things that you would like. And if you are also moved to provide a donation or a heart so I can be supported and continue to do these, I will be able to do these on some mornings and then some afternoons. I also do a restorative practice. So thank you very much for attending, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.